the revitalization of the refinery. I don't want to be dramatic this morning, but Nigeria will make you mad as a human being. If you try to see what government does in this country, you will go mad. And let me show you how. Because when I start, they say I've started again. As at the 26th of September 2024, President Tinubu has extended his congratulations to NNPC on the successful revitalization of the Port Harcourt refinery. 2024, 2 years ago. Then refineries will work again. Am I mad?
You're not.
Am I crazy? 2024 extended his congratulations on the revitalization of Port Harcourt refinery. Today, he's saying the same refinery that he extended his congratulations on. I'm reading from the newspaper of Premium Times. Today, he's saying it will work again. So it didn't work when he extended his congratulations. You see, this country, they've just made it a joke. When we were saying it there, people called us names. The painful part is that they drafted some of our journalists too there to go and be saying fire is burning, refinery is working. We told them that this thing was a scam. President Tinubu quickly congratulated NNPC there. 2 years ago, they said they have started loading. We told them it was a blending plant. They said we are lying. All of a sudden today, the same refinery 2 years ago that President Tinubu said we congratulate them that it has started working is what they are saying we work again. So what did they do on it then? After they spent about $3 billion. So what was the money spent for? It's an aberration that President Tinubu is saying something that the NNPC said has worked before will work again. President Tinubu, please, sir, as the father of the nation, before anything, we must know how that $3 billion was spent, that $3 billion. How can you spend $3 billion on the turnaround maintenance for a refinery? You said it worked in 2024. Today you are saying it will work again. No, it will not work again. We want to know how that money was spent. Because you are the one that said, oh, we are saving resources. So is it that that money was wasted? Is it that that money was wasted? If you are taking that money to do other things for the people, wouldn't we have seen the impacts? It was Mr. Zacchaeus the other day that was saying, oh, we are saving money. Subsidy will have something trillion. This 3 trillion that we wasted, over 3 trillion, $3 billion now, what account are we going to write it? And how are we sure we can believe you? Because you were the one that congratulated them in 2024 that the refinery has been revitalized. Something you congratulated them for. Today and again, you are saying it's going to work. So how are we sure it's going to work? I hope it's not those Chinese company that our brother, what's his name? From the Alliance Group, what's that their group again? Daily. Hope it's not the Chinese company that say that they lack competence. You want to say they are going to make the refinery work. Because even when you had a group that had all the confidence in the world, Technimonte or what?
Okay, wọ́n kí gbogbo tọkùnrin tóbìnrin lọ́mọdé lágbà nínú ilé yìí. Wọ́n kí wa pé àkú dédé àsìkò yìí àsìkò gbòjò ọjọ́ ti rí ọdẹ òdòbí bó ló ti rí lọ́dọ̀ yín. Ẹ káàárọ̀ o, ẹ káàsán, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ kálẹ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ lẹ́tọ̀ tẹ́ já sí lórí ìkànnì BGI TV Bàbá Gbàgede Ìmọ̀ TV lórí YouTube. Bákan náà ni lórí TikTok BGI TV náà là jẹ́ lórí TikTok. Lórí Facebook à ń jẹ́ Gbàgede Ìmọ̀ TV, Gbàgede Ìmọ̀ TV. Ẹ máa bá wa buwọ́lu àwọn ṣánẹ́ẹ̀lì yìí kẹ́sì máa bá wa kálọ. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi, tẹ́ nífẹ̀ẹ́ Bàbá Gbàgede Ìmọ̀. Lórí YouTube láti dé 100,000 follow subscribers. Wọ́n máa ń pè ní milestone achievement. YouTube máa recognize channel bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá dé 100,000 subscribers. Ó kù just 6,000 fún wa. 6,000 for subscribers fún wa láti wọ 100,000 subscribers. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò mí lórí YouTube tí subscribe channel wa ṣe fẹ́ kí n achieve milestone yẹn tẹ́ bá fẹ́ kí n achieve ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi ó yẹ máa subscribe tí ẹ̀ tí ì ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ a ti kọjá ẹ̀ lórí Facebook bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí YouTube a fẹ́ achieve ẹ̀ a ti wà ní 90,000 sí ó ti lé lọ́dún kan àwa rí 10,000 subscribers ti fódìdí ọdún kan mo dẹ̀ ti rí views a ti máa wọ 10 million views láti last year sí year yìí mi wá rí 10,000 subscribers láti last year sí year yìí ẹ̀yin tẹ́lẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi rọ́lẹ̀ pa ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo àwọn 94,000 tán ti subscribe fún channel mi òdodo ni èèyàn tàwọn tán nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi nìyẹn ọdún lára wọn o wọn kì í wá woṣẹ́ wa mọ́ o but notwithstanding bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ẹ ṣe nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa ẹ ṣe dúró thumbs up ẹ̀yin tẹ́ nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi tòótọ́ ó yá ẹ mú fóònù yín báyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wò mí tẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ lọ́kàn yín pé èrò tọ́ dẹ̀ ni o mi dẹ̀ tí subscribe fún máa yìí o ìná yín kọ́bọ̀ ọ̀fẹ́ ni bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti tẹ̀ wọ́n ti yọ̀ kan kúrò nù 6,000 tí mò ń wá nìyẹn tẹ́ bá ti tẹ̀ subscribe tí wọ́n ti yọ ẹ̀yin kó náà 6,000 tí mò ń wá á kù 5,999 tẹ́yìn bá ti subscribe báwo ni bá ṣe wá rí kí n wá jókòó ń bíbà ní next week Monday kí n máa sọ pé ẹ ṣeun mo dúpẹ́ o 100,000 wá ti pé o 6,000 tá nídìí ti pé fídíò tí mò ń ṣe mọ̀ pé máa rí more than 15,000 12,000 views ká má wá rí 6,000 lóyin tó lè subscribe fún mi ẹ má jẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ó yẹ máa tẹ̀ nísìnyí ẹ mú fóònù yín lórí YouTube ẹ mú fóònù yín sí kẹ́ máa tẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tá wà lórí TikTok náà ó yẹ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ní fẹ́ gbà wá lákòókò púpọ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí mo rò pé ní fídíò mo máa jẹ́ kán play fídíò yẹn tán kí n lè lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ kí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe yìí kó lè yé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ máa wò ó nínú fídíò yẹn a rí ẹni tí wọ́n ń pè ní Rufai Hussein controversial presenter ni wọ́n máa ń pè é torí gbogbo èèyàn ti mọ̀ pé kò rí dáadáa nínú ìjọba tó wà lóde kò rí dáadáa nú ẹ̀rí tó rọ́mọlẹ́yìn òbí ni mi ò rí ibi tí national TV presenter tó ti máa wà partisan tó tún máa fi hàn irú wọn ló encourage irú wa làwọn náà ṣe gbé Tinubu síta ok ẹ jẹ́ káà náà máa fi hàn pé a support Tinubu ya tí ẹ̀tọ́ fún yẹn Yorùbá lè mi nígbèsí ayé mi lè fọwọ́ sí ju ilé bàbá mi tí candidate mi bá débẹ̀ lọ́la mi ò ní openly support ẹ̀ mọ́ láyé tí ò bá ti ṣọmọ Yorùbá àmọ́ gbogbo candidate tó bá débẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ Yorùbá tí mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé Yorùbá máa rí dáadáa lára ilé ìmá support ẹ o torí ẹni máa túnlẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe lè bí máa support kò sí nǹkan tí mo fi nífẹ̀ẹ́ Ìgbòho láì mọ̀ rí tẹ́lẹ̀ ńgbà yẹn dáadáa tí mo rí lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ka ilé máa ń gbèjà Yorùbá ló jẹ́ kí n máa support ẹ̀ àńdọ́là ọ̀sẹ̀ torí pé kò tí ì yí padà kúrò láti máa ṣe Yorùbá lóore láti máa ṣa ẹ̀wò Yorùbá nígbò kan kì í fọ́ni lépo lẹ́ẹ̀mejì tó bá jẹ́ ẹlòmíì ni àwọn òbí dáadáa tá à ń gbọ́ mi o ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ la ṣe máa ṣe fọ́mọ wa tó bá jẹ́ lòmíì o n tó sùn tó fi dèrò pọ́ǹtì mọ́lé tó fi dèrò Benin Republic tó fi di pé kò lè dúró Nàìjíríà láti 2021 di 2025 kórí tó bá ṣe tó tún bá dé tó tún jẹ́ ìkan yẹn ló tún padà tún náwó gan pé ìbàjẹ́ bàbá ẹ̀ kódà máa bọ́ra sí òwò ṣe pè fún ni pé tó bá ti jáwọ́ máa ṣe pè fún ẹ ìyá ẹ̀ wà láyé nígbà tí nǹkan yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ ìyá ò blé mẹ́rin kí ló dé tí wọn náà gbìjà rẹ̀ rárá màmá yẹn dúró tìtàn tí ìyá yẹn fi kú ni mo yọ pé tí ìyá yẹn bá ṣì wà láyé sí ni ìyá yẹn ò ní bá wípé má gbèjà Yorùbá mọ́ bọ̀ tó bá jẹ́ mi tó jọmọ mi ló ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kálẹ̀bì ti dàgbà kó wá jẹ́ mi mo bí Ìgbòho yẹn mí nígbà kó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ gbogbo àwa Yorùbá tá à ń gbọ́ mi ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ni gbogbo àṣẹ ń rorí àmọ́ kò sọ pé rárá bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ni tòun gbogbo àwọn ànábì Ọlọ́run tẹ́ẹ̀rí yẹn tán níyà kan tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo náà làwọn òbí wọn máa ń against ẹ̀ nígbà tí Jésù bẹ̀rẹ̀ Màríà náà kọ́kọ́ wò pé irú ọmọ wo rè á dá lọ tẹ́ḿpù ní láàrin wọn á kó láàrin wọn á dá lọ tẹ́ḿpù á lọ máa náà ṣe ń pè lólùkọ́ni á lọ máa fọ̀rọ̀ lọ́nkọ́ wọn a máa lọ tẹ́ḿpù a lọ máa lísìn sí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ business náà kọ́kọ́ ń ṣe inú tẹ́ḿpù yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ business ọjà àbàṣà náà ṣe ń bẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ òun ló stop ẹ̀ náà ṣe parọ́ mọ́ kó ló máa wó tẹ́ḿpìlì òun àtúnkọ́jọ́ kẹta àti bẹ́ẹ̀ 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 lọ so àwọn tó bá jẹ́ Ọlọ́run ránṣẹ́ yẹn wọ́n máa ń ní special quality tó máa yàtọ̀ sí tàwọn èèyàn Ìgbòho ṣe dé ló ṣe wá pariwo pé ló tún jẹ́ pé ibì kan ṣù yẹn náà ló tún korí bọ̀ nǹkan ni ó má ṣe mọ́ ẹ̀ tán torí ẹ̀gbẹ́ ló tún ṣe ẹ̀dẹ̀ bá wọn ta ṣe dìde mọ́. The same thing náà ni ìfẹ́ tí mo ní sí yẹn ìfẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni. The same thing I have for Tinubu torí pé ó ṣe àwa Yorùbá lóore torí pé ó ro dáadáa rò wá yẹn lèmi ṣe openly support ẹ̀ even without having known him. Ṣé bí mo mọ̀ Ìgbòho mo lọ lé Ìgbòho Tinubu rí mi lọ lé ẹ̀rí kò mọ mímì mọ́ pé ìdẹ̀rẹ̀ ní kọ̀nẹ́ẹ̀tì mímọ́ ìlú jẹ́ kí ẹ̀ mi ò retí nǹkan ọmọ lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ tó bá fún mi màá gbà pé wàá dẹ̀ fún mi 2027 2023 tá a ṣe dc mo tún lùsì ní mi gbé nìkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ìkẹ́ ẹ̀ tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ tinútinú la ní sí ìdí táfẹ́ dẹ̀ fi nífẹ̀ẹ́ tinútinú ni pé ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa lẹ̀ Yorùbá. Láìpẹ́ ìní Tinubu tún gbé àwọn mílítírì ó ṣèlérí ọdẹ omu àbíṣọ́dẹ omu nílùú yẹn omu aran ó ṣèlérí pé mílítírì máa wá sílẹ̀ Yorùbá ó dẹ̀ tún ti dá mílẹ̀ sómú àràn wọ́n tún kó mílítírì rẹpẹtẹ síbẹ̀ ẹni gbà pàṣọ ẹ̀ that is it. Ìfẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wo lójú yẹn lọ ẹ̀yin lọrin ẹ má yí Kwara State ẹ má wọrí ṣẹ́ náà ń pa yín ni màá kó mílítírì wà báyìí ó dẹ̀ ti kó wá ẹ̀yin náà rí gbà tí a ṣó ẹ̀ táwọn mílítírì yẹn dé àwọn ọmọ àrùn bọ́sítà kan jó ni ọmọ àrùn yẹn sìn wọ́n máa sá gbogbo Kwara State àwọn mílítírì tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀. The same thing ló lọ kọ́ training schools Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ Òṣogbo pé dandan kò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ Kaduna nìkan náà tí wọ́n máa ṣe ìdìbò bẹ́ẹ̀ náà tí wọ́n kọ́ máa bọ̀ lẹ́ Yorùbá náà wọ́n dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ lóṣogbo ìfẹ́ lẹ́ Yorùbá wo ló tó yẹn a lot of things ní Tinubu tí ń ṣe lẹ́ Yorùbá táwa rí làwa ṣe support ẹ̀ but ẹrù bẹ ti Rúfáyì ò ṣe níyì nítorí kó kórìíra Tinubu ló ṣe ń support the funniest part nípa ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú ni o ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú ọmọ Yorùbá kò sọ dáadáa gba Tinubu kò rí dáadáa nípa ẹ̀yìn in fact Tinubu ṣe dáadáa tó bá máa fi sọ́ọ̀pẹ̀ ẹni pé kò ní sọ́tì dùnú only Dr. Abati inú wọn bẹ̀ yẹn ló jẹ́ pé sense of judgment ó wà fair torí pé òun dẹ̀ ti wà nù system rí ni nítorí ẹ̀ ló jẹ́ pé bàbá yẹn mọ ọ̀tún sósì òun máa sọ̀rọ̀ ṣán ó máa yànnà náà rọ̀ bẹ̀rù fáyé kò sí tó kàn pẹ̀lú kó investigate kó kàn gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́jà bàtì pàápàá jùlọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ti against Tinubu. Now ẹ̀rọ allegation tó fi kan Tinubu allegation yẹn ni pé ìjọba Tinubu kó owó jẹ because that is the interpretation I will give to fídíò tá a fi wọlé yẹn interpretation tí màá fún o nìyẹn wípé Tinubu kó owó náà ní túmọ̀ nǹkan tí Rúfáyì sọ èyí tó túmọ̀ sí nìyẹn pé Tinubu kó owó náà owó yóò dẹ̀ ṣòwò kékeré billions of dollars ló parí ẹ̀mọ́ Tinubu kókó náà. Báwo ló ṣe ló kówó náà ó ní Tinubu ń parọ́ ní 2024 nípa Warri refinery wọ́n á fẹ́ kọ́ ní ẹ̀kọ́ tí ó mọ̀ mo fẹ́ ṣàlàyé nǹkan tí ó mọ̀ fún Rúfáyì ṣe ni mo bá wí o ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ bá mọ̀ ẹ bá mi share ẹ̀ fún. Allegation tó fi kan Mr. President kì í ṣe kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ Mr. President rárá Tinubu òkòwò wa náà for the fact pé Tinubu jáde 2024 ó wá congratulate NNPC fàṣeyọrí Warri refinery Tinubu ò jayò pa but Rúfáyì sọ pé congratulation yẹn ó ló fi gbá Nàìjíríà ni pé kò yẹ kó kí ló fà ní 2024 Tinubu congratulate NNPC fàṣeyọrí Warri refinery àwọn NNPC wá tó lọ kí ní 2026 yìí wọ́n lọ bá sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan ní 2026 Tinubu tún wá promise wọn pé lágbára Ọlọ́run Warri refinery will work again. Rúfáyì wá ṣe bí ẹni pé òun ò mọ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2024-25 ó ṣe bí pé òun ò wà wí ẹ̀ wípé refinery yẹn wọ́n ti blow ẹ̀ kò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ ó ṣe bí pé òun ò mọ òun ò ní first hand report lọ́wọ́ lórí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, ṣé lóòótọ́ ni wọ́n revitalize refinery yẹn 2024 àbí irọ́ ni just a year tí Tinubu wọlé, ṣé lóòótọ́ náà ṣiṣẹ́ lé refinery yẹn lórí àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Rufai ṣe bí kò ń wò mọ̀. He now came out and started attacking Mr. President wípé ó ń parọ́ fún wa lẹ́yìn tó ti gbá o. In fact, only they must investigate that billions tí wọ́n sọ pé àwọn ná ní 2024 because Mr. President ó promise àwọn NNPC ní yíyá yìí wípé our refinery will work again. Kí ló wá ṣẹlẹ̀? Ṣé lóòótọ́ ni revitalization wá ní 2024? Ṣé Tinubu correct nípa kí congratulate àwọn NNPC ní 2024 àbí kò correct? Àkókò sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn láti fi ṣe propaganda láti fi gbá wa according to what Rufai said. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ bá mi rìnrìn àjò yìí, ẹ wá nǹkan fìdílé tàbí kẹ́ fìdílé nǹkan. Fẹ́yìn tẹ́ bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, mi sọ àwọn tó jẹ́ pé dọ̀la wọn fẹ́ rí dáadáa kankan nílẹ̀ Yorùbá o. Now, n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2024 December to be precise, ní December 38 2024 Warri refinery ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ padà ní àti 70 ni wọ́n ti blow refinery yẹn ní ó ti ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́, ni wọ́n ti ń fi làwọn kan olóṣèlú ni wọ́n ti ń fi refinery wa jẹun, ni wọ́n ti fi refinery wa jẹun. But when Tinubu got there, láti ìgbà yẹn a máa import epo, a máa import epo ni, a dẹ̀ máa ṣe subsidy, a máa sọ subsidy. Tinubu débẹ̀ tàì débẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ day one tó sọ ẹ̀yìn statement tó kọ́ bọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ̀ ni pé refinery has gone, kò sí tó jẹ́ refinery mọ́, kò sí tó jẹ́ subsidy mọ́, subsidy has gone. Ẹni tó máa sọ pé wọ́n yọ subsidy ó ṣàgbọ́dọ̀ nírònú lórí pé ok báwo làwọn náà ṣe máa refine epo wa tá ní máa import epo mọ́. Tinubu called NNPC staff, àwọn tó jábẹ́nu mọ́ NNPC, ó pe petroleum minister, ó pe gbogbo wọn, báwo la ṣe máa revitalize, kò ní báwo làwọn ṣe fẹ́ kọ́, òkú tó ti kú báwo la ṣe fẹ́ jí dìde, refinery tó ti kú ìbáwo la ṣe fẹ́ jí dìde padà. The first president so far láti 70s táwọn refinery yóò ti ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́, the first president tó dẹ̀ máa nírònú lórí pé ẹ jẹ́ ká revitalize Kaduna refinery and Warri refinery. Ó dàbí refineries mẹ́ta ni wọ́n ṣe ń time yẹn. Ó dẹ̀ bá wọn ṣe meeting. Àwọn tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo tó jọ mọ́ petroleum, Minister of Petroleum, Minister of kìnìkan, Special Adviser on Petroleum, gbogbo tó jọ mọ́ petroleum gbogbo ọjọ́ jókòó àti NNPC wọn jọ. Èló ló máa ná wa láti jí òkú tó sùn bála ẹ fẹ́ jí dìde ní Kaduna àti Warri. Ó tún kú bìkan mi ìrántí mọ́. Mẹ́ta ni bí mo ṣe rò. Wọ́n do not underestimate iye báyìí. Wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní revitalize refinery yẹn. Buhari ó ní iye tó bọ́jẹ̀tì o báwọn fẹ́ fi revitalize àwọn refinery wa o. Wọ́n kó owó yẹn ná láyé Buhari ni o. Wọ́n kó owó yẹn ná láyé Buhari. Wọ́n kàn lọ fàdà tán lẹ̀ níbẹ̀ títí tíjọba Buhari fi lọ́dún mẹ́jọ tó fi kó mẹ́. But ìjọba Tinubu tójú bọlé, ó tójú bọ̀nà, wọ́n tójú bọ gbogbo ẹ̀, wọ́n rí pé wọ́n parí iṣẹ́. They told the government àwọn ti parí iṣẹ́. Ẹ má wá jẹ́ ká gbàgbé pé àwọn kan wà tí subsidy removal gba fídà kò lẹ́nu wọn, tó jẹ́ pé àti mú fídà ibi tó ti rówó ọ̀fẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ yíyọ subsidy yẹn ó ti gba owó ọ̀fẹ́ yẹn kó lẹ́nu wọn. Ṣáwọn ènìyàn wá jẹ́ kí refinery yẹn ṣiṣẹ́. Ẹ mọ̀ tán fojú Dangote rí ó fẹ́ kọ́ refinery láti ibi kó ralẹ̀ lórí ipò kan ó kan tó fi kọ́ tán kó ṣiṣẹ́. Ẹ mọ̀ tán fojú ẹ̀ rí àwọn kabas tán fẹ́ kí nǹkan kan tó jọ mọ́ refinery ṣẹlẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Ẹ mọ̀ tán fojú ẹ̀ Dangote tó jẹ́ individual ká tó wá sọ ti government. Do you now expect Mr. President kó máa kojú bọ gbogbo ẹ̀ when he is not a petroleum engineer? Wọ́n sọ pé ó ti ṣiṣẹ́, ó ti release owó, gbogbo wa fojú rí pé wọ́n open ẹ̀, it was commissioned again, reopened, ẹ má jẹ́ ní commission, it was reopened in December 31st 2024. Wọ́n ṣí lóòótọ́ tó rí tí wọ́n celebrate ẹ̀ jọ ṣé Mr. President ò wà láǹfààní láti bọ́ sórí mídíà láti máa congratulate NNPC ni? Adúpẹ́ o, refinery wa ti ṣí padà o, ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ padà, kò láǹfààní láti congratulate. Wọ́n ọ̀nà owó kankan síbẹ̀ ni wọ́n ṣí. I am directing my question to Rufai Hussein because ó ti score cheap point lójú ara ẹ̀ sè. Kò dẹ̀ mọ̀ páwa kan wà tá a tóun lọ́wọ́ tóun lẹ́sẹ̀ but tá a máa jẹ́ kó rí òun pé àjọ ní information òun náà ni ó mọ ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ o, but because he just want to understand the government of the day, he just want to rubbish the government of the day, he's just looking for loopholes láti score cheap points láti discredit the government of the day. That is why to fi sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ̀ tó sọ ẹ̀, my head want to blow, I want to run mad, you run mad, nobody will hold you. Gọ́fìmẹ̀ntì bọ́ síta lẹ́yìn owó tán ti ná tó dẹ̀ rí pé máa play fídíò yẹn fún wa o, kẹ́ ẹ wo rìfánárì yẹn lóòótọ́ bóyá ó ṣiṣẹ́ àbí òṣìṣẹ́ o, bóyá lóòótọ́ ni wọ́n celebrate àbí wọ́n celebrate, I will show it to us. Wọ́n celebrate ẹjọ́ yẹn, wọ́n rí open ẹ̀, Mr. President dẹ̀ bọ́ sórí mídíà, òun lẹ̀ wò yìí o, bí wọ́n ṣe celebrate ẹjọ́ yẹn rèé o, mo sì máa play video ẹ̀ ọ́ ní reopening of Warri refinery. Ẹ̀sà Rufai Hussein wà láyé níjọ́ yìí o, gbogbo fídíò tẹ́ wo Rufai Hussein sọ it, iléeṣẹ́ wọn gbé wípé wọ́n rí open refinery. President Tinubu comments Martin Bekuro, comment NNPCL, Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited. Ṣé ìjọba ò láǹfààní láti congratulate wọn? Ṣé wọn ò open ẹ̀ lóòótọ́ ni? Ṣé ìjọba kówó wa náà ni? Wọ́n revitalize refinery yẹn, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣiṣẹ́, but unfortunately ìjọba òkè president of the day is not petroleum engineer. Tí n bá kówó fún yàn ẹ lọ tún nǹkan tó bàjẹ́ yìí ṣe, tọ́dẹ̀ wá sọ fún mi pé ó ti ṣiṣẹ́, tọ́dẹ̀ sojú mi ó kun ẹ̀ lóòótọ́, ṣé màá wá máa kojú bọ yàrá wo ni ò dá ń bẹ̀, yàrá wo lẹ ṣe dáadáa, òkè eléyìí ó yẹ kíkí nìkan wà bí kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀, ṣé profession lè nínú ẹ̀ ni? Is Mr. President a professional in refinery or is he a professor of petroleum engineering? Is he an engineer? Gbogbo àwọn pàtàkì ni kò sí tó kàn pẹ̀lú refinery. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ wà delegation of duty ni, ó wà àwọn kan wà tó delegate síbẹ̀, ẹ lọ wò wọ́n dẹ̀ supervise ẹ̀, wọ́n wò wọ́n sọ pé confam wọ́n máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́, wọ́n dẹ̀ sí lóòótọ́, gọ́fìmẹ̀ntì dẹ̀ bọ̀ sórí mídíà, wọ́n congratulate wọn pé adúpẹ́, congratulation to NNPCL basic, wọ́n dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́, but unfortunately wọ́n sọ pé the Warri refinery officially resumed operations on December 38, 2024, processing crude oil at roughly 60% of its 125,000 barrels per day capacity after years of being inactive. After years of being inactive, wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́, wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe petroleum jáde out of 125,000 tí wọ́n ní ìdìpàdé, wọ́n process díẹ̀ nú ẹ̀ tọ́dẹ̀ rí. Roughly 60% of 125,000 per day, one produce 60%. Ṣé Rufai Hussein ní orí eléyìí ni kò gbọ́ ni kò sí láyé gbà yẹn? tó bá jẹ́ pé individual kan ló sọrú ọ̀rọ̀ ló sọrú statement tí Rufai sọ yẹn ni mí ní dáhùn màá ní pé novice ni but a pressman tó ní first hand information lọ́wọ́ must know that really revitalization was done on Warri Refinery in 2024 but you now came out started accusing the government of the day wrongly that ìrànmọ́ pa fún wa wọn ò ṣe kankan is rubbish it's rubbish nísìnyí tí DSS bá invite for questioning àwọn ọ̀tá Nàìjíríà bọ́ síta wọn ni wọ́n mú ìjọ́ ǹtẹ̀ there is freedom of speech but before we come out to criticize a government our criticism must be one a constructive one two with he who wants to come to equity must come with clean hand you must come with fully loaded informations and facts fact tí wo wáyé làwọn wá di I know you know that when it was open that refinery was working you knew it but o mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ jáde wá máa discredit the government of the day nítorí wípé you just want to scorch implant. Nígbà tí mo wo fídíò yẹn àárọ̀ yìí ni mo wò I was shocked to my marrow pé mo lè lè tó ti wá lẹ́nu Rufai lẹ́nu pressman lẹ́nu journalist kò wá àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ òṣìṣẹ́ ń gbà yẹn ní 2024 èmi kì í ní ìdókòwò sí studio mi gbà yẹn tí mo congratulate ìjọba all Nigerians were congratulating government then pé eléyìí ẹ ṣàṣeyọrí lé lórí àárí o factors lè contribute to see closure tó bá sọ pé when they did it I don't know what really happened immediately it was closed down because kò tọdún kan tó ti close down n kò lè tọdún kan everything ìjọba tó máa ṣẹ́tù ọ̀rọ̀ petroleum Nàìjíríà tó máa ṣàṣeyọrí bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn ò tí ì bíjọba yẹn torí báwọn kan ló ń jẹ nídìí kan máa lọ import epo wá wọn ò lè jẹ́ kí refinery wa ṣiṣẹ́ láyé àní kí Dangote tó ṣàṣeyọrí tiẹ̀ tó jọ̀ ló lówó ẹ̀wọ̀n tó fojú ẹ̀ rí ni because wọ́n mọ̀ pé some large percentage ó máa kúrò nínú nǹkan táwọn jẹun ọ̀fẹ́ tí Dangote bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ náà wọ́n fún ní gbèdéke ni is working on terms and conditions so ṣẹ́rí téèyàn bá máa criticize government criticize him constructively I don't say Tinubu is perfect I'm not saying he's 100% right nínú gbogbo tó ń ṣe there are some policy that he makes that do affect us presently and he's promising that in future you enjoy that policy àwọn policy future orientation kò sọ pé kó má affect wa ní present tó jẹ́ pé future profit ló máa ní it will affect us presently but kí wá ṣe gbogbo policy ẹ̀ náà ní ká máa criticize see if you want to be a politician my advice to you is for you to leave that journalism declare yourself as a political man or a political member a political party member I'm sure most likely don't say I know it is most likely you are a card carrier of Obi's party because gbogbo wa tó ń wù interview tó ń ṣe fáwọn èèyàn gan àìmọye tó máa fi bínú lọ àìmọye àwọn tó máa padà attack yẹ nínú àwọn tó máa ṣe interview fún ṣé bá rí interview tí ṣe mọ̀ kí bá lóye ṣe òun náà gba ti government of the day in fact some people even ask him are you now spokesman for Goodluck Jonathan àwọn mo ráwọn kan tó bí léèrè bẹ́ẹ̀ ìyẹn Ọ̀kínbálóyè but ó máa ń wà tiẹ̀ pẹ̀lú orí pípé ó máa apply second thought sí ó máa ń display first hand informations but you have the first hand informations but you will never use it how can you open your mouth and be telling government pé ó yà wọ́n lẹ́nu ṣe bí wọ́n sọ pé ṣe bí wọ́n sọ pé àbí ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ rí wípé ọ̀tọ̀ ní ṣe bí mo rí wípé ọ̀tọ̀ ní ṣe bí wọ́n sọ pé so nígbà tí government congratulate NNPC ní 2024 yẹn government was lying, it was not working at all really, that refinery was not open because that is the scenario you portrayed to us. That is how I interpreted what you said. That is the interpretation that I gave everything you said. If interpretation tí mo fún ni, you are even saying that government must account for the money they said they spent on that revitalization. It's wrong. For the fact that government kept quiet, they were looking at you, does not mean you should be rude to the president of the day. There are some things you are saying on social media that you can never say to Donald Trump. I didn't mean you are an American. I didn't mean CNN ló ti ń ṣiṣẹ́. There are some things you cannot say. Don't solo the program. You too, go and vet yourself. Jókòó kí wọ́n náà rò. Mo máa criticize government gan. Àìmọye governors, but I will make sure I criticize them with facts and figures. Ètí mi ò bá mọ̀, I will say allegedly. You are a journalist for heaven's sake. It's not that you will be coming for everything to bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí government because you want to score shit points. That is why tó fi jẹ́ pé àwọn tó wo channel yín jù àwọn opposition ní àwọn Igbo àwọn náà wo channel yín jù àtàwọn máa lé Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan àwọn náà wo channel yín. Ìmọ̀ tó tiẹ̀ send video yẹn sí mi pé kí n wo nǹkan tí ẹrú tí Rufai sọ mo dẹ̀ wo video I was shocked. They are now made research. First line tí mo kà í lásán ti fi hàn wá pé that refinery really was open and it was working. Wọ́n ní pé the Warri refinery officially resumed operations on December 30th, 2024, processing crude oil at roughly 60% of its 125,000 barrel per day. 125 barrel per day gangan 125,000 barrel per day náà ní pé refinery yẹn lè máa ṣe, but as soon as wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní produce 60% of it. Nǹkan tó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ inú wa ń dùn gbà yẹn, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ má gbàgbé pé ọmọdé àyágbọ́n ògúngbè gbọ́n tí àyà bá ń tiro ògúngbè á máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Bíjọba bá sọ pé àwọn gbọ́n, tíjọba bá sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ túlù ṣe, àwọn ọ̀jẹ̀lú ò ní gbà, àwọn náà máa strategize. Oṣù mélòó wá ni refinery yẹn fi ṣiṣẹ́? Tó bá jẹ́ pé bí refinery yẹn ṣe sáré bàjẹ́ tí ò padà ṣiṣẹ́ function tí ò function pẹ́ títí ní Rufai sọ̀rọ̀ sí wàhálà ìpínlẹ̀ kankan mi lè sọ anything, but kì í ṣe yẹn ó ti ẹ̀ sọ attractive bí ẹni pé ó ò mọ̀ pé refinery yẹn ṣiṣẹ́ rárá bó ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn nìyẹn. You see, that is interpretation me I go tell me the interpretation. That is exactly what you said. That's what you said, which is wrong. Now, ẹ jẹ́ kí n ka àwọn kìíní fún wa. Wọ́n ní what is produced initially upon its late 2024 restart, the Warri Refinery and Petrochemical Company did not produce premium motor spirit PMS petrol. Instead, it focused exclusively on refinery and loading. Pé ó produce no. Processing ni wọ́n sọ ń bí. Processing ni wọ́n sọ ń bí báyìí lókè. But níbi wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ pé kí refinery kó bá produce epo rárá, kò produce petroleum. Ó refine ni, ó process ni. Kí ni nǹkan tó wá tó focus lé lórí nígbà tí wọ́n ṣí? Ó focus lórí automotive gas oil AGO tó à ń pè ní diesel, dual purpose kerosene DPK. Ṣé ẹ rántí pé nínú kerosene yẹn ìtàn fi wà plane wà ń bẹ̀ náà ṣe ń pè ní dual purpose kerosene DPK. Nínú kerosene yẹn tá fi ń dáná domestically wà ń bẹ̀, èyí tí wọ́n fi wà plane wà ń bẹ̀ náà ṣe ń pè ní DPK. Ó ń produce AGO automotive gas oil diesel, ó produce DPK dual petroleum kerosene, ó di méjì. Heavy and light naphtha, àwọn nǹkan tó produce nìyẹn. Subsequent operational issue, kí ló wá fà tí ò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́? The refinery experienced multiple disruptions following its initial 2024 launch. Multiple disruptions. Àwọn kan lọ, wọ́n lọ ń destroy ẹ̀, ó ní ṣiṣẹ́ sẹ́, ó ti gbàjẹ́ lẹ́nu wa tó bá ṣiṣẹ́. Èmi kúkú kọ́ ọmọ Google ni mo ti ka ọkọ̀ kan tí mo kà jáde fún yín. Bí Google bá parọ́, ẹ lọ sí ChatGPT kẹ́ lọ béèrè. Àwọn newspapers kan ni mo kà jáde, wọ́n pọ̀. Ìkan mo kà kọjá, ìkan mo tún kà. Wọ́n ní the refinery experienced multiple disruptions following its initial 2024 launch. Àwọn wo ló ń disrupt ẹ̀? Àwọn wo ló ń disrupt ẹ̀? Àwọn wo ló ṣe destruction ẹ̀? Àwọn wo ni wọ́n destroy ẹ̀ lábẹ́lẹ̀? Multiple disruption. Ibi tí wáyà wà tó jẹ́ wáyà tuntun táwọn kan lọ fàyọ ò ní ṣiṣẹ́ sẹ́. Ibi tí wọ́n rí nǹkan mọ́lẹ̀ táwọn kan lọ wú dànù ò ní ṣiṣẹ́ sẹ́. Ṣèjọba fẹ́ wá, Tinubu fẹ́ wá kojú bọ̀ ni. Ìjọba ẹ̀ ti ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe gbọ́ àti ní wọ́n ti ná billions, wọ́n ti tún kíní tí ó ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ fine. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ wà tínú wọn ò dùn. Àwọn kan wà tínú wọn ò dùn. Àwọn tínú wọn ò dùn pé refinery yẹn ṣiṣẹ́ ń gbà yẹn. Nǹkan tí El-Rufai sọ lẹ́nu, tí Hussaini sọ lẹ́nu yìí sí, ó fi hàn pé ó wà nínú àwọn tínú ẹ̀ ò dùn nígbà tí refinery yẹn ṣiṣẹ́. Àwọn kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tínú wọn ò dùn, tí wọ́n ní access even nínú àwọn staff wọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ má gbàgbé pé anything petroleum, 60% of their staff are south and southeast. I stand to be corrected. Ta ló supporting gbogbo gbà yẹn? They supported Obi, and they were coming from the shock of Tinubu's victory. So anything Tinubu does must be disrupted by those people, and that was exactly what they achieved. That is why tó fi jẹ́ pé refinery yóò lo 1 year tó fi pack off. Ẹjọ́ téèyàn bá ṣe nǹkan tó pack off láàrin 1 year, what is government blemish there? What is government fault? Àti kó àwọn èèyàn síbẹ̀ tó ń ṣiṣẹ́, a dẹ̀ rẹ́sì pé nǹkan ń dé, à ń rẹ́sì pé nǹkan ti bẹ̀ jáde, kí wá ní kí ni fault ìjọba? Bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ́dọ̀ fi sọ́ọ́ di wọ́n kàn pé ìjọba pé à, èyí tá a ṣe láìpẹ́ yìí ó tún ti bàjẹ́ o, kí ló bàjẹ́? Ẹ ṣe investigation, ibẹ̀ náà parí ẹ̀ sí. Because government yẹn was still new then, ẹsẹ̀ ṣì mí. Tó bá jáyé ìsìn, kó jáyé ìsìn náà ṣe refinery yẹn, I am too sure. Tinubu ti ní ẹfọ́ntì sìn, ó ti ń gbé náà wojú ẹ̀pọ̀n Fúlàní sìn, Ìgbò gan ti ń dá wọn pé don't toy with him. Ká ní ìsìn ni náà ṣe refinery yẹn, I am too sure wọn bí bàbá ẹnìkan kú. But then he was still new, was still very young, not up to a year. His government was just okay, ó ti pé a year because December 24, he was sworn in May 2023, just a year plus. Kò ì lẹ́nu, ó ṣe wá acceptance from the aggrieved parties. Ó ṣe wá acceptance from Nigerians. Because as at then, only criticism everybody call. But he wanted Nigerians to accept him then. He was doing everything humanly possible for everybody láti accept it. Don't worry, promise upon promise. I will do this, I will do that. And you are seeing him, he's doing it. To his fullest capacity. Gbàgbàdà ṣe ká tó nǹkan ti bàjẹ́ jìnnà. Nàìjíríà ti bàjẹ́ jìnnà ọ̀nà kí Tinubu tó dé. Ẹ tó bá fẹ́ kí wọ́n sáré ṣe láàrin ọdún mẹ́ta. Ẹ sọ fún ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ pé òpònú ni ó ń ṣeré ni. Criticize him mọ́, ọmọ tiwa ni o, ọmọ Yorùbá ni, àwa Yorùbá máa dúró tìpa, wá ọmọ ọkọ Yorùbá, àwa máa dúró tìpa ni. Lọ́sàárì kan tó ń ṣe. àwọn nǹkan tó fà á rèé wọ́n ní February 2025 shut down. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC) briefly halted the facilities for unscheduled maintenance. Wọ́n halt ẹ̀dáṣẹ́ dúró àwọn nǹkan tó bàjẹ́ afẹ́ tún ṣe ní 2025 ní February. Àwọn èèyàn burú gan-an. Wọ́n ṣe nǹkan ní 2024 December ó di 2025 ẹ bàjẹ́. NNPC wá sọ pé ẹ dúró ẹ stop iṣẹ́ a fẹ́ tún nǹkan ṣe ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n ẹ̀ tún nǹkan yẹn ṣe tán dì sí. Tinubu wá sọ fáwọn NNPC nígbà tí wọ́n lọ kí i tí wọ́n lọ mímọ́ tán lọ ṣe lásòwò ó wá promise wọn pé don't worry refinery yẹn ó máa tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ padà. Rufayoseni now went to your channel wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní round. Ṣèbó sọ fún wa pé ṣèbó congratulate wọn 2024 kí ló dé tó tún ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá sọ fún wa pé ó máa ṣiṣẹ́ ń sìn which means wọ́n ṣe kankan gbà yẹn now. And were you dead then? Were you not alive then? Were you not in Nigeria then when that thing works? Were you not aware that they really reopen refinery then? And that is my point. Mo fẹ́ proof. Wọ́n ṣe o gọ́fẹ̀mẹ̀ntì ṣe refinery gbà yẹn ó ṣiṣẹ́ o tó bá sí láyé gbà yẹn ni kó sọ pé o ti kú ó ṣe wá jí padà ó ṣe jí gbà tíjọba wá sọ pé refinery yẹn will work together we work back now. You are now querying us. Write up full write up ní the Warri Refinery and Petrochemical Company shut down on January ìkan ní February 2025 January 25 2025 barely a month after its high profile launch in late December 2024 due to critical safety concerns involving its crude distillation into fagogo tó fi stop ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ o crude distillation unit CDU main heater despite nearly $8.6 billion tí wọ́n ná sí spent on rehabilitation. The facilities quickly ground on a halt. Ṣé Tinubu ló fà? Ìwọ tó ń bu ṣóhun ló fà? Ṣé ó báyẹn tí wọ́n ná láti fi refertilize ẹ̀? Where is Tinubu's fault there? Where is Tinubu's fault? Moving on. Reason for the shutdown and relaunch failure, technical failures. Reason for the shutdown and relaunch. 1. Technical failure, relaunch failure. 1. Technical failures. Technical. Critical units like the CDU main heater suffered immediate safety and operational malfunctions post start up. As soon as wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ CDU yẹn ó ní problem. No petrol production. The plant was limited to churning out small amount of diesel aka NGO and kerosene DPK and failed to produce premium motor spirit PMS. Underlying infrastructural decay. Decades, another point, underlying infrastructural decay. Decade of severe neglect meant in 1978. Built facilities received superficial and flood fixes rather than a true comprehensive technological overhaul. Àwọn tó ń lọ ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn gan tán náà rí fertilize ẹ̀ gangan pàápàá kò sólóòtọ́ láàrin gbogbo wọn. What is Tinubu's fault there? Tí Tinubu bá fún gbogbo wọn gbà yẹn tó ń punish wọn ìwọ Rufai ló máa kọ́ bọ́ síta kó win chance in Nigerians. I am too sure. Tinubu ò dẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kò kó anybody wọ́n ṣe investigation kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ nǹkan tá a ṣe nǹkan tá a ṣe tún ṣe kí ló wá lè dé kí ni tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò gbọ́kàn kó bẹ̀ This refinery must work. Ó dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn pé don't worry, the refinery will soon be working. You now came out wá bẹ́ síta àbí mi gbọ́ dáadáa ni àbí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ refinery tán ti congratulate Nigerians in 2024. He is now telling us that it will work again. What is the meaning of the you are I'm sorry n tó wá tí n bá sọ kò dáa. You are a baby journalist. I'm telling you the fact. Look at Dr. Ruben Abati. Look at him. They confirmed, and I wouldn't blame you. Your background wasn't a journalism. You are a veterinary medical practitioner. Àwọn ẹranko kéèsì àwọn ẹranko ló lọ read. Wọ́n ṣe máa tọ́jú ẹranko ló read. So ìwé ẹranko yẹn náà dẹ̀ ló ń wù. I'm sorry to say this. Because a sane person wouldn't come out and be criticizing unconstructively like that. You knew what was happening. You knew that the government of the day really revitalized the refinery. But you came out now, you are talking as if àwọn tí wọn ní làákàyè sí tán bá gbé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn wá tún bọ́sítà Tinubu kó wá ná ó kó bílíọ̀nsì náà. Do you imagine that? Ṣé lóòótọ́ náà revitalize? Ṣé Tinubu ní right láti congratulate tàbí kò ní? Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọwò fídíò yìí.
President Bola Tinubu has expressed his profound joy at the reopening of the Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, describing it as another remarkable achievement in 2024 that has strengthened Nigerians' hope in his administration. The Warri Refinery returned to operation weeks after NNPC Limited restarted the 60,000 barrels per day at the Port Harcourt refining in November. Now, with Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company going into operation after several years of inactivity, President Tinubu has once again expressed his administration's determination to ramp up local refining capacity and make Nigeria a hub for downstream industrial activities in Africa. To discuss this, we're joined by oil and gas analyst George Brown. Good afternoon, George. Mr. George, thank you so much for joining us.
Good afternoon and Happy New Year in advance.
Happy New Year to you as well in advance.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Now, Mr. Brown, out of the blues, Port Harcourt refinery, and now we're seeing that the Warri refinery has also commenced operation. What are your thoughts?
After the drama that ensued, after the NNPCL claimed that the Port Harcourt refinery was up and running, to this moment, we've not heard anything again about their claims of loading and PMS from that refinery. But that's by the way. I think we move beyond that. And now we have the Warri refinery also coming on stream. And they've come to let Nigerians know that what is being produced is AGO, which is diesel, and light and heavy substrates, and straight DPK, which is kerosene, but there's no PMS. I think it's a welcome development. It is a good step in the right direction. And it's not always that I think we should be lampooning the presidency and this administration for their mistakes. This is a welcome development. It's a good Christmas gift, or it's a good gift going into the new year, 2025. And we hope that it will not end like what we had in Port Harcourt. And I think there is a pertinent point that needs to be made here. And that fact is, for decades, all the refineries in the country went comatose. They were not functioning. And within these decades, there was this constant turnaround maintenance that was always going on. And whenever this maintenance exercise is about to be carried out, it becomes news. It becomes a news item. And all these years that those activities were going on in all the refineries, yet those refineries were not producing anything in those decades. It means people have to answer. People have to answer for where those resources, those monies that were spent went into. I think people need to answer. But again, the game changer is in the fact that we now have a Dangote refinery that has come on stream, and there is another refinery in those states that is producing, that is about to start producing PMS, but they're producing AGO. And there is another refinery somewhere in Imo State that's also producing AGO. With all this, it means that the country is departing from a net exporter of crude oil by ramping up production locally or domestically, so that we can begin to enjoy the benefits of refining the products from our own crude oil that we produce. So the NNPC...
Well, that is actually the bane there. You know, we can begin to enjoy the benefits. Do you see it coming to that? Do you see it, you know, affecting the lives of, you know, citizens of Nigeria?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes, because the reason why the NNPC has suddenly woken up is because there's a competition in the market now. The market is fully liberalized, so there is a competition. So, and NNPC has been quasi-privatized. So the people that are running, the managers of NNPC, have to brace up and also play in the free market economy or the liberalized market in the downstream sector of the oil and gas. So what we are seeing today is the benefits of having other alternative sources of the products being produced in the country and not just being imported. So it has made the NNPC to wake up. And I think it is a very, very welcome development that the NNPC has woken up. And at the moment, they are even selling slightly below the pump price compared to MRS and other independent marketers based on the products that are lifted from the Dangote refinery. So when your NNPC starts producing, we'll begin to have options on where to purchase from, because the pricing will not be the same. The pricing template will not be the same. The product belongs to the NNPC. They own the crude oil, and they sell the crude oil to those other producers who will also factor in their margins and also look at their cost of production, which goes back into the market for the consumers and users like us. So the NNPC will do everything possible to make sure that their own pricing is slightly below the other sellers of the product. So it is a good development. We are walking into the new year on a high note, and kudos for the first time to this administration for what they are doing. I think there are better times ahead going into 2025 with regards to our energy costs. But the real big animal or big elephant in the room is the power sector.
Ṣé rí ẹ káàbọ̀ padà? Ṣé gbọ́n kan tí máa yẹn sọ nígbà yẹn? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣé irú àṣeyọrí báyìí 2024, ṣé president kò ní right láti jáde wá congratulate NNPC pé àṣeyọrí o? Government has right to say that. Nígbà tẹ́lẹ̀ bàjẹ́ people like you, I didn't say you yourself, but people like you, ẹ̀yin ọ̀tá Tinubu bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ mú tẹ́ vandalize ẹ̀ padà, tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ kó gba credit yẹn, tẹ́ ẹ tún bàjẹ́. Okay, kí ló wá kù? Ìjọba ò tún gbọ́kàn kó ń bẹ̀. Our refinery must work. Ó dẹ̀ ń promise àwọn NNPC that don't worry, our refinery will soon work again. Kí ló wá fa ọ̀rọ̀kọ̀rọ̀? Kí ló fa rubbish? Kí ló fa kó máa wá sọ ohun tí ò ṣe gbọ́ sétí as a journalist? Mo mọ̀ pé Dr. Abati ò fẹ́ fèsì sí tó sọ yẹn ni. I know you will have countered what you said, but really, Rufai, I want to remind you that 2024, 2024, that refinery really works, but it was Within some few months, they vandalize it again and they stop works on it. Mo pe Yorùbá sọ, but that can't tó sọ ìyẹn ṣe mẹ́nu kó ń bẹ̀ kò ṣe gbọ́ o. If you want to criticize government of the day, criticize it constructively and back you. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ó jẹ́ pé n tẹ́yìn fi ń trend ó ní criticism lórí Tinubu, ẹ̀bẹ̀ lọ́hùn káwọn ọmọ tí yín náà dérú ipò tí Tinubu dé yẹn káwá ọbẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ fún a two-time governor, bóyá ló jẹ́ two-time senator, a former senator, a two-time governor, and producer of different leaders in different sectors. Tinubu nìkan ni governor tọ́jọ́ ṣe governor ní 1999 to 2007. Nínú gbogbo àwọn governors ìgbà yẹn, Tinubu nìkan làwọn tíìmù ẹ̀ ṣì wà papọ̀. Tinubu nìkan làwọn tó bá ṣèjọba ńgbà yẹn ni wọ́n padà di nǹkan mú Nàìjíríà. Tinubu nìkan ló sọ wọ́n di leaders. Ṣàrẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá tó ṣọdún mẹ́jọ ó kúrò ní commissioner ọdún mẹ́jọ lára Tinubu ó lọ di governor state ẹ̀ ní lọ́ṣọ̀ state another 8 years. Ó kúrò mẹ́ báyìí ó lọ di minister ní another 8 years. Ó ṣe sọ̀kalẹ̀ ní láti 1999 Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá ṣe sọ̀kalẹ̀ ní. Ó wá dọ̀tá Tinubu yẹn àbí Fáṣọlá la fẹ́ sọ. Fáṣọlá was one of his commissioners for 8 years. Ó kúrò ńbẹ̀ ó di governor state yẹn the same state for 8 years. Ó kúrò ńbẹ̀ ó lọ di minister l'Abuja for 8 years. Òun náà ṣe sọ̀kalẹ̀ ní. Gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ minister tẹ́ gbóyè tó jẹ́ minister ìgbìnì kan most of them ni wọ́n bá Tinubu ṣèjọba dórí IG tó lọ àtà IG tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n jọ ṣèjọba àwọn ọdún lẹ́yìn ẹ̀gbá ẹ̀. Tinubu so make sure he hold everybody. Ọlọ́run fèmí náà sínú tíìmù ẹ̀ mo bẹ̀ ọ́ kí bàbá yẹn build èmi náà. Yes now I can see true leadership in him. He's a true leader. Àwọn tó ti jọ́pọ̀ láti 1999 gbogbo wọn ló make sure pé òun dì nǹkan. Kí wá ṣe yẹn nìkan ẹ wo òṣèlú ìlú kọ̀ọ̀kan bó ṣe lọ bá wọn tó. Pásítọ̀ kan mo wo ministerial kìíní ẹ̀jọ́ kan máa yẹn ní ministration ẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ kan. máa yẹn ní the man happens to be a political student, bóyá masters in political science lòun ní. máa yẹn ní see, let us say the truth, although I don't like Tinubu for anything, but Tinubu supposed to be a course in university. Maybe they will say poll 501 or 522 that you be studying. You supposed to be studying Tinubu's political system. Tó bá léèyàn tó mọ politics gbé fún Tinubu. Tó bá dẹ̀ sọ pé tó mọ̀ lù ṣe mo thumbs up fún bàbá yẹn. Ẹ wo bó ṣe hold Lagos State now. Ẹ lè criticize ẹ ń gbowó mbẹ bó ṣe kìíní kan tí any state bá ní opportunity continuity tí Lagos State ní state yẹn náà bá ti dá bí Lagos State Lagos State níbi tó everybody ò fẹ́ kú ọmọ yẹn. Since 1999 ní developmental project ti ń bá Lagos tó ti ń transform wọn dey stop dọ́là. Lagos State náà ti kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ títì tí Tinubu ṣe fún Nàìjíríà yìí. Káhùn irin Ẹ̀pẹ́ ló ti kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láyé kí lórúkọ ọmọ Ẹ̀pẹ́ yìí tó kó mbẹ̀ Ambode látàyé Ambode till now wọn yé ṣe developmental project. Gbogbo tó bá rí ní Dubai láyé Fáṣọlá ti tiẹ̀ Dubai lòun lọ transform wa Nàìjíríà á lọ Dubai á lọ study wọn ló kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ Blu-ray ló kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ overhead train Dubai ló ti rí nígbà yẹn. Gbogbo lifestyle Dubai Fáṣọlá yẹn ń kó wa sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ó wá build ẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tí Tinubu dẹ̀ fi sí governors gbogbo wọn ní òṣàṣà dànù so far. Amsat tó tún yàn yìí ẹ lọ wo CV Amsat, ẹ wo CV Fashola, the best governor during his era. Ẹ wo CV Abode, tàbá yọwọ́ àìfẹ̀gbọ́nà tí yẹn ṣe sáwọn ẹ̀dá sí wọn lẹ́nu gbọ̀ngàn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin wọn tán fi yọ. Àwọn governors wọn kọ̀ọ̀kan tẹ́ rí yẹn, they will have been the best governor in any state bá produce irú wọn. Òun fúnra ẹ̀ wá ń kọ́ bàbá àgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n tó ń ṣe náà. Ẹ lọ wo economy wa, ẹgbọ́n kan táwọn òkójú ìwé àlà ń sọ lórí economy Nàìjíríà láwọn tó ń ké láyé Goodluck Jonathan, they are saying it now pé Ọlọ́run ti mú Tinubu ó ti wá revive wa. A professor of economics, Professor Soludo ńkọ́, Emir Sanusi Lamido, gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ pé green like the green lórí economy òun làwọn tí mò ń sọ yìí. Look at what they are all saying. Kò dẹ̀ sí kankan tó tẹ̀lé Tinubu nu gbogbo wọn, kò sí kankan tó wà ní APC nù wọn, but they are giving him that credit that no man you revive economy wa lóòótọ́. Why would you people now be criticizing him torí pé ẹ̀sìn party kan náà? Tinubu, if kí ló dé Rufai Hussein, if you wanna criticize Tinubu constructively. I don't against you criticizing him. There is no Mr. Noah. Tinubu cannot be adding credit every time, and it's unnecessary you even give him any accolades. But if you want to criticize him constructively. I think you understand. You got it. If you don't got it, forget about it. Good day.